2025 NFL season is almost here, and it's time for Week 1 predictions and picks. Now, the way this is going to work is that I'm going to have, as you'll see on screen with the opening game right here of the season, we're going to have the opening line, the spread, I hope I'm pointing to these in the right order, the total, and the money line. Now, I will be picking predicting the winner of every game of every week for the whole season, and keeping track of my win-loss record, seeing exactly how well I'm doing. But then for the picking side, because I want to make some money and I want to help you guys make some money too, I will be doing picks and bets. So the picks are just going to be the pick'ems that I pick every single week, but the bets I will have highlighted on screen. I'll put a circle or something around the whatever line that I feel like is the best to take. I'll have more. I'm gonna leave like player props completely out of the equation. I'll save that for shorts that I'll throw up on the channel and for TikTok. But for just this, we'll just be talking about the games and the spread and the total and the whatnot. So, without further ado, shut your mouth. Let's talk ball. Opening game of the 2025 season, Thursday Night Football, the Cowboys versus the Super Bowl champions, the Eagles. If this were like 2023, this would have been an amazing game. But now it's 2025, and life comes at you fast. The Cowboys are trash. Dak is coming back off of a pretty bad injury from last year, season-ending injury from last year. He'll still have CD, but he'll also have George Pickens, so that's a pretty nice wide receiver too that they didn't really exactly have before, at least not on Pickens level. But the run game, especially in the face of the Eagles, like let's just get out of the way first. The Cowboys' run game is going to be the worst of all of the league. They got a backfield led by Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, and 2 late-round rookie picks. And they have to go up against Saquon Barkley, who might be just like the best player right now in football. The Cowboys have no chance. I'm fading the fuck out of the Cowboys. The question is, do I think that they could at least cover the spread? Fuck no, they're not covering the spread. 8.5 points? Give me the Eagles all day. Eagles by whatever the fuck they want. Give me Eagles to win. Give me Eagles to cover. I'm betting this game. I'm going to throw some props onto it too, but taking the Eagles here is free money. Try to throw another prop on there. Try to get like Saquon, even though it's going to be at a low line. 50 rushing yards. Throw Dak like 150 passing yards on there or something, just to get it to at least plus 100, an easy parlay layup. This is too easy. I'm not even going to talk about this game anymore. Eagles win. Cowboys are a dumb franchise. Didn't even mention the fact that they lost Micah Parsons. Didn't even mention the fact. Even if they had Micah, this game would have been a blowout. Without Micah, it's going to be even more of a blowout. So, Eagles win. Cowboys are doomed. That's all that needs to be said. Friday night game in Brazil. The Kansas City Chiefs versus the Los Angeles Chargers. This game scares me, because if you'll recall last year's Brazil game between the Packers and the Eagles. Pardon me, I'm going to buy a new office chair by the end of this. I keep fucking sinking in it. If you'll recall that game last year, the turf in that stadium, or whatever, maybe it wasn't even turf, maybe it was like plastic with some fake grass that you get at Michael's or the Hobby Lobby. That stadium was so slippy and so slidey, and it caused Jordan Love to sprain, I want to say his MCL or something like that, and it caused him to miss like 3-4 weeks. Not to mention it injured a few other, I think, defensive players on both teams. It is a bad stadium. And not to mention the fact that both teams might also get jumped by the local Brazilian gangs. But even if we try to take away from that, and that when the because I'm still thinking about the stadium and how it's going to impact. It's because ain't just any quarterback. This ain't no Jordan Love. This ain't even eventual Super Bowl champion Jalen Hurts. This is Patrick Mahomes playing on this devil field. And they're taking their devil magic, assuming they're going to take it into this year at all. They're going to take that devil magic into Rio de Janeiro where, with Christ the Redeemer. Can God himself nullify the Chiefs' devil magic? If you look at the lines here, it's actually pretty close. Chiefs are only like 170 money line. They're only 3-point favorites in this game. Vegas thinks Chargers have a chance here. The Chargers think it's going to be a close one. Do I think it's going to be a close one? Kinda. Chargers defense on paper, I think, is overall better than the Chiefs, but the Chiefs play efficient defense. They play clutch, lockdown defense, especially late in the game when the clock's winding down and they need to make sure, if they have a lead, they need to make sure they maintain that lead. And Chiefs are one of the best teams to do that. It's the spread that's getting me. Because I feel like Chiefs, maybe this is taking into account the fact that they got their hearts torn out in the Super Bowl, and maybe Vegas is thinking that the Chiefs aren't as dangerous as they probably are. But you know me. I don't like Justin Herbert. I don't think he's going to be able to get it done. I think it will be a close game. I think Vegas got it right there with the 3-point spread. But I can't bet against Patty Mahomes. I can't bet against Patty Mahomes. If it were the Bills or the Ravens or even the Lions, then I would have faded the Chiefs. But I don't think, especially a divisional rival, Chiefs aren't going to let that happen. Chiefs aren't going to drop an opening game of the year to a division rival. Fuck that. Give me Chiefs to win. Give me Chiefs to cover. I don't think I'm going to be betting on this game because I got burned in the when I bet on the Brazil game last year with the Packers and Eagles. I got burned pretty bad. I'm staying away from this one. I'm making no official bets, but give me Chiefs to win. Give me Chiefs to cover. Next game, Buccaneers versus the Falcons in the first of our 1 p.m. Sunday slew of games. This one's close. Last year, Buccaneers were on paper just the better team overall than the Falcons. Even when Kirk was playing, Baker was overall better quarterback than Kirk. They got better receivers. They had Evans, Godwin, who I think are better than guys like London and Mooney. Their running backs, Bijan is better than Bucky Irving, but we'll see. Bucky Irving was not outclassed by Bijan Robinson. I feel like he was able to keep up with Bijan, not outperform him, but do enough in the run game to keep up. And the Buccaneers defense is just better than the Falcons offense last year. Yet even still, the Falcons swept the Buccaneers last year. So that's why this line is so low, especially going into the Falcons. This is a home game for the Falcons. This is a away game for the Buccaneers. And the Bucs are still favored. Not by a lot, mind you. They're only 2.5-point favorites. But it's going to be close. Now, the difference maker in this game is that there is no Kirk O'Chains. There is no Perk Thuggins this time around. Now it's Michael Penix Jr. So, can Penix overcome and keep up in production with Baker Mayfield? That is going to be hard to do. And if it were later in the season and we had a few more games this year under Michael's belt, I could maybe be convinced to take the Falcons here. But I think, especially with the solidifying of Bucky Irving as the running back one, and he's going to be using that explosive run game the whole time, I want to say the Buccaneers are going to win this game. But also the Falcons beefed up their pass rush, which they were really bad with last year in the draft. It's going to be a close game. I think, once again, Vegas has got hit it on the head with a spread here. I'm going to say my pick for this game is that Buccaneers win, Buccaneers cover. Oh, yeah, by the way, I don't think I mentioned it, but I'm not going to keep track of if I got the spread right. I'm just going to keep track of if I got the game, the money line pick right, because at the end of the day, that's easier to keep track of. Will I be betting this game? I mean, I'm definitely taking Baker Mayfield props and Bucky Irving props and probably some Bijan props to throw in there because that's free money. Maybe I'll sprinkle a little something on the Buccaneers. Don't throw this game into any parlays. Like, if you're gonna take this, just take it as a single prop. Don't throw this into your 5-leg plus 750 parlay. I don't think it's worth it. But as for who's gonna win, I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers on this one. The Cincinnati Bengals versus the Cleveland Browns. This one's tough. This one's tough for me. Because alright, let's look at it. On paper, the Bengals should destroy the Browns. They should run right through the Browns. They got Joe Burrow. They got Joey B. They got Jamar Chase. They got T. Higgins. They got Chase Brown. Their defense is not great, but the Browns' offense this year, they've got not much. The Browns are going to be ass this year. They're trotting out old man Joe Flacco. It's the battle of the Joes this game. Who they even have on their team? They got Jerry Jeudy. He's still kind of nice. Let's see if Flacco can get some use out of him. I don't think they've even signed Quinshon Judkins to the team yet. I think his criminal activity might still be holding him out on that. And so if they don't have him, they'll have Jerome Ford, who's not, like, nowhere near as exciting a back as even Chase Brown. But here's the thing. The Bengals always have been starting every season slow. What is their record for week 1 games the past 5 years? Aren't they like 1-4 in week 1? Like, especially last year. Y'all remember last year, week 1? Bengals were playing the Patriots. Not the Drake May Patriots, mind you. The Jacoby Brissett-led Patriots. Everyone and their mother, and their mother's mother, were betting on the Bengals to just trounce the Patriots. And what did the Patriots do? What did the Bengals... No, that's not what did the Patriots do. What did the Bengals do? The Bengals choked! They couldn't beat the bum-ass Patriots! The Jacoby Brissett Patriots last year, they couldn't beat them! And it's because of that this game scares me. Because everything in my brain is telling me that the Bengals are going to win this game. But then I got the feeling in my gut. I got the guttural feeling that the Browns are going to find a way to win. No. The Browns are going to find a way to win. The Bengals are going to find a way to choke the game away. Give the game away. Because Bengals always start slow at the start of the year. Is this the year, though, that they buck the trend? That's what's I have the war going on in my brain, like, oh, is this finally going to be the year, now that everyone's getting paid, that they're going to buck the week 1 trend, they're actually going to start a season off strong for once, or they're going to be the same old Bengals and choke a game to a team they're way better than, they shouldn't lose to, but they lose to anyway. There's no way that the Bengals can drop just kind of similar to the Chiefs with the Chargers. There's no way that the Bengals can afford to drop their season opening game to their division rivals, the Browns. If this were the Ravens, I would have picked the Ravens out of second thought because the Ravens are just the better overall team. If this were the Steelers, I think I would have actually picked the Steelers because while the Bengals are, in my opinion, still like a better overall team than this current version of the Steelers, this is exactly the kind of game that Steelers will find a way to win, that they probably don't deserve it, while at the same time Bengals will also give the game away. But this is the kind where the Bengals can't give away, but it's also that fact that makes me think that they will give it away. My official pick for this game, I'm gonna put my faith in the Bengals. I'm gonna fall for it again. Can't wait to see at the end of the week if I get slapped on with the fell for it again award. Give me the Bengals to win. Give me the Browns to cover. I'm staying away from this game. I'll take the props, but yeah, I'm gonna stop saying I'm gonna take the props. I'll leave that for the shorts and TikTok and whatnot. It's getting annoying. I'm staying the fuck away from this game. Don't want anything to do with this game. The Miami Dolphins versus the Indianapolis Colts. This one, Vegas has way close. Vegas says this is a pick'em, which is crazy to me because we have at this current stage, who knows? Maybe Tua will bash his head into Play-Doh once more. It'll like you know that Play-Doh spaghetti tool where you put the Play-Doh in the crank in the machine and you crank it and it comes out the little noodles. That's Tua's brain, and maybe they'll have one for the concussion highlight reel that they said they had. Remember that when they rolled that out last year? That was fucked up. Why does Vegas have this at such a close game? The Colts quarterback is Daniel Jones. Even at his best, even at Daniel Jones' best, he's not touching Tua on a midday. I don't get it. This is scary. I'm looking at it closer. Colts are favorites. Colts are, I mean, it's still a gimme at this point. 1.5 point favorites. Oh, so close. But the fact that Colts are even at all the favorites in this one. This line opened with them being the favorites. I feel like Vegas is putting the cheese in the trap. And I'm going to be a rat, and I'm going to take the bait. Give me the Dolphins to win. I don't care that this is an away game for them. The Colts are going to be trash this year. Their skill players are not on the level of the Dolphins' skill players. I don't think a Daniel Jones-led Colts team is going to overcome a healthy Tua Tagovailoa-led team. Give me the Dolphins to win. Give me the Dolphins to cover. I'm going to bet this game. Yeah, this game is safe enough to throw in a parlay. Well, we'll see. We'll see if I get made into a massive fool and the Colts actually trounce the Dolphins. But there's just no way, right? There's just no way. Give me the Dolphins to win. Give me the Dolphins to cover. I will be betting it. How much will remain to be seen, but I will be betting it. The Carolina Panthers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. The battle of the bad cat team. So, the storyline for this game is that Bryce Young is coming into this year, his third year in the NFL now, with newfound confidence. All of his rookie year, he was trash. He was like probably the worst quarterback in the league in 2023. Last year, he sucks ass in his first 2 games. He gets benched for Joe Flacco. And no, not Joe Flacco. I think that happened. Yeah, that happened at the Colts. What am I thinking of? He gets benched for the Red Rocket. He gets benched for Andy Dalton, and he does fine at first, then kind of falls off and shows that he's actually backup quarterback material now. And then he gets into that car accident that was definitely not orchestrated by Bryce Young. And all of a sudden, Bryce gets his mojo back. Well, I guess back is he never had it to begin with. But he finds his footing, and he starts making plays, and then he builds up so much aura with that one play at the end of the season last year, where he throws the touchdown, turns his back, and doesn't even have to look to know that his receiver was going to catch that shit and was going to win them that game. I think it was against the Falcons, too, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. All I know is that it was easily the coolest thing Bryce Young has done, which is not saying a lot because that was the only cool thing Bryce Young has ever done, but it was badass. This is telling me that Bryce is finding himself. Can he maintain that confidence at the start of a season, or is he going to flounder again like he had at the start of the last 2 seasons? We'll see. thankfully for Bryce, he has an easy opponent to open the season warm up against. Trevor Lawrence is the female Daniel Jones. I'm given up on Trevor Lawrence. He's just not the generational prospect everyone said he was going to be. Everyone touted him up as when he joined the league. The Jaguars are 3.5-point favorites in this game. Jaguars got Travis Hunter. I'm sure that's the reason why they're favorites. Also, I guess they're technically kind of better than the Panthers last year, but it's not by much. I comparing these teams is kind of tricky because we're basically what ifing Bryce Young. Like, it's all based on potential. At least with Trevor Lawrence, we know that he's not bad. He's just mid. He's just like Daniel Jones. He's just mid. He reached his ceiling around his like rookie year at the start of his career, and now we know that he's just actually mid. But is his midness better than Bryce Young's current level? I am not sure. I honestly don't know who to pick for this game. I'm comparing their teams in my head. Can Travis Hunter prove to be the difference maker for the Jaguars? Maybe. All right, let's do this. Let's compare receivers. The Jags got Travis Hunter. They got BTJ. Panthers got they got Tet, who's technically an unknown. Xavier Legette healthy? I can't remember if he's healthy. And Jalen Coker is the one who's on IR. Not that he was a particularly amazing receiver to begin with. Panthers got the better run game in Chuba Hubbard because Travis Etienne's kind of fallen off, and Tank Bigsby is not really reached the level that he'd feel like he should be by now. The defense. Both of these defenses are trash, but so yeah, it's gonna matter of who has the better quarterback play. I think that is what's gonna come down to. Who's gonna have the better quarterback play? That no-look throw at the end of last year. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to put my faith in Panthers. And I'm not the Panthers. I'll do something. You know what? If Panthers lose this game, then I'll fade them for the rest of the year. Because if you can't beat the Jaguars with this newfound confidence, then you're a pretender. You're a fraud. You're exactly what everyone said you were the first 2 years of your career. You're a bum. You're a bust, Bryce Young. So I'll take the Panthers to win. I'll take the Panthers to cover. We'll see if I eat my words and Bryce Young disappoints me yet again. But because I'm taking an underdog pick, maybe I'll throw a little something on him. I don't think I will. But then again, maybe I will. I don't know. I'll throw a little something on it, but I don't feel confident. I don't feel confident in this pick. But give me the aura-forming Bryce Young over the female Daniel Jones. The Las Vegas Raiders versus the New England Patriots. So I got a question. For everyone. Why are y'all saying that this is going to be the battle of the shitters? Drake May's kind of nice. Mike Vrabel, it looked like he's going to... I don't know why I fumbled that. Mike Vrabel looks like he's going to be a good coach. He jumps into fights and breaks them up. He'll get punched in the face. He'll still break up a fight. He's badass. Drake May's nice. But also, people seem to be fading the Raiders. Why y'all fading Geno Smith? He still ends up in like one of the top 10 passers in the league. And now he's reunited with his daddy, Pete Carroll. Why are y'all fading Geno Smith and Pete Carroll? I don't understand it. I spent too long on the Panthers-Jaguars pick, so I'm going to be short and sweet with this one. I'm taking the Raiders on this one. I'm taking the Raiders to cover. I will be betting this game. Unlike the Panthers Jaguars one where I was not as confident in my bet, I will be betting this game because they have Ashton Genty, they have Geno Smith, they have Pete Carroll, maybe even Amari Cooper might do something. They have Jacoby Myers. Geno will make these receivers good. No disrespect to Drake May, but I feel like Raiders are going to be on the come up this year. It's the Ashton Genty is probably going to be the difference maker in this game. Plus, do Raiders have the better defense than the Patriots? I forget. Yeah, they got fucking Max Crosby. Of course, they have the better defense. What am I thinking? Yeah, give me Raiders to win. Give me Raiders to cover. I will be betting this game, and I will be making money. Arizona Cardinals versus the New Orleans Saints. Saints are trash. You can tell by the money line there. Cardinals are 6.5-point favorites. It's the same. I'm not gonna what am I gonna do against Saints games every week? Am I gonna extrapolate on Saints games when Spencer the Rat Rattler is their quarterback? Fuck no. Cardinals may be mid. Kyler Murray may be mid, but mid is still better than Spencer Rattler. Give me the Cardinals to win. Give me Cardinals to cover. If I bet this, I'll throw it in a parlay. I'm not taking this as a single prop. Cardinals should win this game easy. There ain't shit to say in this game. Who gives a fuck about the Saints this year? Spencer Rattler, get the fuck out of my face. Next game, Pittsburgh Steelers versus the New York Jets. Ooh, this is a juicy one. This is a juicy, meaty game. I love narrative in my football games. Aaron Rodgers is on the Steelers now. He's getting revenge on the franchise that gave up on him after 2 years, even though they were right to do so, but you know what? It's the principle of the matter. And the Jets are doing the same thing with their quarterback, Justin Fields. The Steelers they want to take Rodgers over Fields. Maybe they were right to do that, but you know what? This is going to be the game where we're going to see who the dumber franchise is. Who's going to, even though neither of these guys are probably, well, obviously Rodgers is never going to be your quarterback of the future. This is probably going to be his last year in the league. And his peak is going to be the wild card round. Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs. Let's get Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs his last year. That'd be nice. Justin Fields, though, see, it's tough. Because remember at the start of last year, when Russ was injured for the Steelers, and Justin Fields started off 3-0 for his team. I think they went 3-0. I want to say they did. That sounds right. Is current day Justin Fields better than current day Aaron Rodgers? That's tough. Because Aaron, even in his old ass dusty age, can still make incredible throws when he wants to. Obviously his play-by-play performance, his short game is not as refined as it once was. Age has caught up to him. But on this new Steelers team, where they are blood ritual bound to go above 500 and make the playoffs, is this the kind of game where he wins and they add it to their win column to get them into that over plus 500 territory? It's tough. Vegas got it at a pretty close one. Steelers are slight favorites, even though Jets are the home team here. Let's compare personnel again. These two defenses are tough. They got Sauce Gardner on the Jets, and they got T.J. Watt on the Steelers. So those are pretty even. I'd give the slight edge to the Steelers defense, but they're not outclassing the Jets defense. Excuse me. As far as receiver, who has the better receiving room? Let's see. Steelers got DK Metcalf, so that's gonna be fun watching Rodgers throw to Metcalf. They got Pat Freiermuth, and they got Jonnu Smith. We'll see how a two tight end system works for them. If I were them, I would fade the fuck out of Freiermuth and get Jonnu up there if he's going like if he was gonna do what like he did in his last year with Miami. And then for their run game, they got Jalen Warren, who's just like the text. If you looked up mid running back in the dictionary, you would find a picture of Jalen Warren. But then they also got Caleb Johnson, who may outpace him this year. Maybe not at the start of this game, though. But will probably end up taking his job by the end of the year. Then we look at the Jets, and they got Garrett Wilson. They got Breece Hall. I don't know if... No, they don't have Tyler Conklin anymore. They have fucking Mason Tyler, I think. Mason Taylor, something. They picked up a new tight end in the second round. I'd say run game with Breece is definitely better. Is Metcalf on the Steelers better than Garrett Wilson? That remains to be seen. If he were with Geno on the Seahawks, I'd say he's a little bit better. He's not like outclassing Garrett Wilson, but I'd say he's close. He's comparable here. We'll see. This is the whole. That's why this game is so juicy. A lot of unknowns, a lot of unknown variables, but a lot of narrative. I think that in order for the blood ritual to be made, the Mike Tomlin blood ritual, and for what is possibly Aaron's last game in the league, they're gonna make the playoffs, and this is their first step to do so. Give me the Steelers to win. Give me the Steelers to cover. I'll bet this game. I'll throw a little something. I'm not going to bet it hard. I'll throw a little small amount on it, but I think this is exactly the kind of game that the Steelers win to open the season for their plus 500 run. So that's why I'm going with that one. This one I don't have to think about too much. The New York Giants versus the Washington Commanders. Not going to bore you with why Jaden Daniels is a better quarterback than a current-day Russell Wilson, and why the Commanders' personnel right now... Oh, sorry. I got a little nasally there. Oh, I don't have a water in front of me. That was a mistake. Why Scary Terry is... Well, not scary, just Scary Terry. The Washington offense is better than the current Giants offense, even though Malik Neighbors is nice and Tyrone Tracy Jr. is coming into his own. Don't have to think about this one. Commanders are just better. Jaden Daniels is a star in the making. Superstar. Top tier. He's gonna be in top... He's already in fucking top 5 quarterback in the league conversations after a rookie year. And you know what? I don't think he's going to have a CJ Stroud level fallout. And I'm going to, like I said in my my tier list video, if he has a CJ Stroud level sophomore slump, I will develop erectile dysfunction for the entirety of the NFL season. So give me the Commanders to win. Give me the Commanders to cover. I will be betting this game. I'm going to throw it into an easy game parlay, something like the Cardinals beating the Saints. But easy game. Don't have to think about it. Now, the Tennessee Titans versus the Denver Broncos. I almost said Dallas Broncos. What was I thinking? Denver Broncos. Do I think Cam Ward will be nice in the NFL? I'm leaning yes. I could be wrong, but I'm leaning yes. He's a Florida quarterback. I gotta support my Florida quarterbacks. But against a... This is like the hardest, one of the hardest teams he could have opened the season against, because Broncos defense is top 5 in the league, and now with the additions of like Dre Greenlaw and the Samoan guy whose name I forget how to pronounce because it has so many similar sounding syllables, Talafungu, I want to say. That defense has only gotten better. He's going up against Pat Surtain, man. Obviously, Broncos are winning this game. Obviously, Broncos are going to cover. Listen, this is trial by fire. I feel bad for Cam Ward here. If he can throw 2 touchdowns this game, if he can throw 2, I will consider this a win for Cam Ward. It'll still end up probably a loss for the Titans, but if Cam can throw 2 decent passes, get 2 passing touchdowns on this Denver defense, I will consider this a win for Cam Ward. But don't gotta think about this game too much. Give me the Broncos to win. Give me the Broncos to cover. Once again, I'll throw this in a parlay. Don't take this as a single prop because you're not gonna make enough to justify it. San Francisco 49ers versus the Seattle Seahawks. This one is yet another. Vegas has got it as a close one. And I can understand why. 49ers had a legendary fall off last year, going from making a Super Bowl in 2023 to just falling off the face of the planet after CMC got hit with the Madden curse. Now he's running on German witch doctor science or medicine to hopefully play at the level that he was before. And a bunch of Brock Purdy's Pro Bowl weapons got injured, and he kind of turned into Brock Mitty. Exposed him as kind of a game manager, but now he's getting paid. Ricky Pearsall is now at 100% after getting shot. They have Brian Robinson, which I guess is a backup plan for if CMC's witch doctor medicine doesn't work out. But now Seahawks have Sam Darnold. They don't have DK. They don't have Lockett. They don't have Fant. They're rolling out JSN, who's nice. Jake Bobo, who maybe he'll be a good wide receiver too. I think this is the kind of game where the 49ers need to win. Once again, it's a divisional game. They need to show the whole world that they can get back on track. Give me the 49ers to win. Give me the 49ers to cover. I'll bet this one. Yeah, I won't bet it huge. I'll throw it in a single game. Maybe throw a player prop in there to spice it up above plus 100 to make it interesting. But I will take the 49ers in this one. They need to get back on track. And against the divisional rival, which was very competitive all of last year, the 49ers need to win this game. Now this is going to be my game of the week, even though there's going to be a game this week that's probably going to be a better football game, but this is my game of the week, goddammit. Where's the fucking Lions logo? Do I have a Lions logo on this one? No, I'll just turn around. I'll get it in the shot this time. My game of the week. The Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers. Is Micah going to play? He had to pass a physical in order to be traded in the first place, but is he good enough for week 1? It doesn't fucking matter! Even if they have Micah Parsons, the Lions are still gonna win! Why? Why are the Lions underdogs in this game? Lions have owned the Packers these past couple years. We swept them last year. Packers went 1-5 in the division last year. They got fucking bounced out of the wildcard round by the Eagles. They got beat by the Bears in week 18. The fucking Bears! Bears have the same divisional record last year as the Packers. You think I'm going to take Jordan Love? You think I'm going to take Josh Jacobs? You think I'm going to take unknown Matthew Golden? You think I'm going to take any of these guys over Jared Goff? Over Amon-Ra Sun God St. Brown? Over Jameer Sonic Gibbs and David Montgomery Knuckles? Over Jameson Jamo Williams? Over Isaac Tesla? Over Sam Porta Potty Laporta? Over the return of our glorious king, Big Daddy Hutch? I'm betting the farm on the Lions winning this game. I don't give a fuck that it's an away game. We own we own the Packers in Lambeau too. We'll walk in Lambeau just like we did last year. We're gonna destroy them. It's gonna be even better now that we got Hutch back and we've got a bunch of our defensive pieces back. If the Lions are still somehow underdogs going into this game, if you're seeing this, take the Lions money line now. You don't have to throw anything else on it. You could throw an easy Jared Goff 200 passing yards or Amon-Ra 50 receiving yards. You can drop it down to 40 just to bump up this line into a really nice parlay. Take a bunch of like easy gimme player props that are like at minus 500, minus 1,000 just to get that little extra oomph. I'm betting the house. I'm betting my house on the Lions, and I will be laughing all the way to the bank. Give me the Lions to win. Give me the Lions to cover. This is my favorite bet of the week. Why are you fading the Lions? I know, even if Micah plays, why are you fading the Lions? I don't understand it. They're smoking that Micah Parsons pack a little too hard. Just like the Lions are going to be smoking on that Packers pack. On that Green Bay pack. Next game, Houston Texans versus the Los Angeles Rams. Is Matthew Stafford ready for week 1? People are saying, streets are saying yes, but I'm worried. Because that back issue, if that flares up and he has to either get taken out of the game or even have to miss time throughout some of the season early on, kind of like how Puka Nacua got injured week 1 and then missed like half the season, which fucked me up in fantasy, and I'm really mad about that because I think it was like my second round pick. It doesn't matter, honestly, because I forgot, you know what, actually, I did forget that they're not going to have Joe Mixon. Texans aren't going to have Joe Mixon for at least the first 4 weeks of the year. So that run game, even though Nick Chubb is nice, I don't think he's going to be able to compete with the volume of Kyren Williams. Goddamn, I didn't notice I sunk in my chair again. I got so heated in my Lions glazing. Can CJ Stroud overcome the sophomore slump from last year and get back to 2023 Stroud level? This will be a good game to test himself with, going up against a pretty good Rams defense. And Texans defense is also nice. This is going to be a fun game. This is going to be probably the most underrated game of the week. I'm not going to be betting this game because it's too close. I don't like that Texans are underdogs in this one, even with Stafford being maybe semi-healthy. For my pick for this game, okay, hold on, let me think. If Stafford were healthy, maybe I would have picked the Rams. But I don't know how healthy Stafford is. Until I know for certain that Stafford is healthy, I'm going to be fading him for now. Give me the Texans to win. Give me the Texans to cover. I'm staying the fuck away from this game. I will not be betting it. But I just need to, for my pick, I'll pick the Texans. And if Stafford is healthy and his back doesn't give him problems, doesn't twist into a pretzel this game, then I'll stop fading him. The game of the week, the Baltimore Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills on Sunday Night Football. Now this is going to be fun, because last year in the regular season, the Ravens and the Bills played each other, and the Ravens, hang on, this time I got to look this up, because I want to say that the Ravens not blew out the Bills, but like handily defeated them. Bills 2024. Oops, nope, I accidentally wrote 2025. 1 second. Yeah, no, they did blow them the fuck out. It was 35-10. I think they trotted out their backup quarterback. Ravens spanked them in the regular season. But then, when it mattered most, the Ravens, in classic Lamar Jackson playoff choker fashion, he choked, he sucked, and he lost them the game. He sucked in the first half, and then Mark Andrews dropped the pass because I don't want to beat the choker drum too much, because this ain't the playoffs, this is the regular season. Now, the Bills are more of an established team now, with their current weapons. Last year was supposed to be a rebuild, and even though Josh Allen took that rebuild all the way to a conference championship, now they understand. Now they understand the assignment now. With all that being said, though, now Vegas also has this basically a pick'em. This is gonna be a very fun game. Is the over for this game 50 points? I wanna over 50 or over 51 rather, 50 and a half. Can I see this game getting to 51 points? Can I see this being like a 27-24 type of game? Maybe. I don't really like taking overs and unders that much anyway. The stupid fucking chair, man. I swear I'm gonna have this chair replaced by week 3 or something. Because even though Lamar is a playoff choker, he's a regular season merchant, so this is exactly the type of game he would excel in. And it is... Ravens are playing on the road this time. Last time in the regular season, Ravens had the home game, and Bills had to play on the road. I don't know. This is tough. This is a really tough game to predict. I think the Ravens' defense is overall better than the Bills' defense, but the Bills' defense is going to be playing hard, man. This is a divisional rival, divisional round rematch. They can't let that shit slide. And you know what this is the battle of? This ain't just the divisional round rematch. This is the battle of the MVPs. Because there are some delusional freaks out there who think that Lamar Jackson should have been MVP 3 years in a row last year, which is ridiculous because Josh Allen did Josh Allen put Lamar Jackson level numbers up with a worse team, with a team that's supposed to be a rebuild. That edge is why Josh Allen made it to the MVP. Also, I know they say that postseason doesn't matter, but the fact that he got the MVP after he beat the Ravens in the postseason definitely helped. Because they don't want to tell you this, but it does matter. Postseason performance does matter. Josh Allen has a reputation to uphold. He can't take MVP from Lamar Jackson, even though he deserved it this year, and open the season dropping the game to him. So that's why I'm taking the Bills to win and cover the spread. I'll bet a little something on it. Do not throw this on any parlays. John will put a little something on it just because it's going to make it more exciting. But I will be betting it. I have faith that Josh Allen's pride is on the line, man. There's much more than just a game. This is pride, damn it. Monday Night Football, the last game of the week, the Minnesota Vikings versus the Chicago Bears. Why is this line so close? I know the answer, but I feel the need to ask the question anyway. I get that J.J. McCarthy is an unknown, even though he's stepping into the nicest situation a rookie quarterback could possibly step into. He's still an unknown. Caleb Williams was pretty bad last year, but he's stepping into his second year now, and now he's gone from the worst possible management you could be under to probably the best possible management with my boy, Ben Johnson. Can Ben Johnson turn Caleb Williams around and turn him into a Jared Goff level performer? I don't think so. I think Caleb is a bust, and no matter what, Ben can make him better, but he's never going to make him good enough. Because I don't think Caleb has the innate talent to succeed in the NFL. But with that being said, it's the unknowns on both sides. It's the unknown of JJ the quarterback and the unknown of Ben Johnson the coach. What am I putting my faith in more? I'll put my faith more in the Vikings this time around because I'm putting my faith in a Michigan quarterback and Justin Jefferson, the best receiver in the league, and Kevin O'Connell, even though he robbed Dan Campbell of Coach of the Year last year and got it as a cuck award because why would you give the Coach of the Year award to a guy who got swept by the actual Coach of the Year? So, enjoy that cuck award, KOC. But I'm going to put my faith in the collective of Michigan quarterback J.J. McCarthy, Justin Jefferson, and KOC, and, Aaron Jones throw in there too, why not? Over Ben Johnson, the coach, even though I think he'll do good. I'm going to put Caleb Williams drags the whole thing down, man. I don't give a fuck about Caleb Williams. Fuck Caleb. LGBTQB1. Too busy painting his nails instead of focusing on his legacy. Too busy playing hero ball. Too busy getting sacked. And doesn't help that Bears don't have much of an O-line anyway. But you know what? Give me the Vikings to win. Give me the Vikings to cover. I'll bet this game. Don't gotta talk about it any more than I already have. This video is probably already running towards an hour long anyway. I'm sorry, I rambled. I'll try to. This is my first time. Baby steps, man. Baby steps. These will get shorter as the weeks go on. I'll actually think about the games ahead of time this time around, because that's what tripped me up. But keep an eye out on my YouTube and my TikTok here on Neon's Dwelling and Neon Manta on TikTok, where I'm going to be posting more of my picks that you can tail with me, so we can make some money. We can run Vegas out of business. So thank you very much for watching. I'm Neon Manta. You'll see me next time.